We have some more hilarious clips of Jon Stewart just sounding off on Republicans and their hypocrisy of always trying to make themselves the victim, which it's not really hard to expose them. I mean, most of the times they do it themselves, but it is always fun to highlight and talk about. So let's do so, starting with this clip.
Contrary to conservatives' victimization complex, there is no organized cancel culture conspiracy where even the slightest misstep can 100% get someone on the right canceled. Actually, there is one.
Congresswoman Liz Cheney gets kicked out of Wyoming's Republican Party for opposing Trump.
Yeah, as irony would have it, it turns out that when it comes to cancel culture, the ones who smelt it, dealt it.
He is exactly right here. Cancel culture is something Republicans have started to wield to justify their own bias and also pretend that more people agree with them and it's not just them literally being homophobic or racist or trans, whatever it is, right? They're like, everyone agrees with me. It's just cancel culture that prevents them, when in reality, they say and do whatever they want. But the only thing they get canceled for is speaking out against Donald Trump. He said that he won't allow those who simply voted for Nikki Haley back in the Republican Party. He's spoken out and called anyone who's spoken out against him a rhino. Mitt Romney, rhino. Bill Barr, rhino. Mike Pence, rhino. Liz Cheney, rhino. Chris Christie, rhino. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, literally just canceling them. But then MAGA will turn around, the same MAGA who wants to cancel books, wants to cancel Muslims from coming to the country, wants to cancel immigration writ large, are like, well, but I can't even say the N-word.
Who privately wrote of Trump, he's a demonic force, a destroyer. I hate him passionately. He wrote in private. But of course, in public, fearing the cancel mob, he's forced to stand next to his tormentor with what can only be described as the fakest of overlap faces. Grab him by the pussy, that's all here. But that's cancel culture. It won't let you speak your truth. In fact, it makes you do something even worse.
The left is married to censorship and has nothing else. That's how you get people to believe in an alternate reality.
Yeah, the woke mob is so pernicious, it forces you to deny reality. Like, imagine if Trump ever gave a speech about January 6th, where he clearly confuses Nikki Haley with Nancy Pelosi.
Nikki Haley, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, because of lots of things? Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people.
There's a reason that so many Republicans have changed face on what they were saying privately about Trump or even publicly after January 6th, from Ellie Stefanik, J.D. Vance, Nancy Mace, Tucker Carlson. I mean, again, the list goes on. And it's because they realized that once Trump was back and going to be the nominee, it meant that anyone and everyone who disagreed with him on anything is going to be canceled. Thus, you have to stand with him if you want your career. If that's not cancel culture, someone please type in the comments with your MAGA rage what cancel culture actually is, because people will act like transgenders existing and them not being allowed to call them slurs is cancel culture. At the same time, the entire Republican Party fears repercussion from Trump and his MAGA base just for admitting the 2020 election was fair.
Now, in a healthy discourse, you would just go, hey man, everybody brain farts sometimes, whatever it is. But under the MAGA cancel culture mob, people like Congresswoman Stefanik have to pretend this was all part of a grand strategy.
That isn't a mix-up. The reality is Nikki Haley is relying on Democrats, just like Nancy Pelosi, to try to have a desperate showing in New Hampshire.
Wait, but he was talking about January 6th.
President Trump has not lost a step. He is a stronger candidate, stronger than he is today, than he was in 2016 and he was in 2020.
He is reverse aging.
And the fact is, MAGA dug themselves into this hole where they now have to look stupid. I mean, they spent 2 years hyperfixating on any misspeak or stutter or stumble that Biden made, instantly running to label it dementia. Oh, he messed up a name, he needs his handlers. Oh, he stuttered, he needs his handlers. And it leads them to now having to backpedal this hard and jump through mental hoops to explain that's not the case for Trump when he's doing the exact same thing. And the scariest thing is, Biden realizes and corrects his mistake. Trump doesn't realize his and then has people try to double down on them for him.
Truth is, Trump is the real cancel culture. Emphasis on cult. Because on the right, you can say whatever the you want about gay people and trans people from TikTok to Patreon. You can decry DEI from podcasts to, I don't know, the governor's office of Florida. And chances are not only will you be fine, you'll get a raise. But if you ever dare speak out one iota against Donald Trump, be yes afraid.
Again, he is exactly correct. All the things that MAGA pretends that they'll get canceled for just makes them more popular among their own base. Name one Republican who's been canceled for racism, for transphobia, for homophobia. I'll wait. Trump literally was sued and lost a racial housing discrimination case. He's been proven to say a multitude of racist things, not want black people counting his money, not wanting black people working on his construction site. He banned trans people from the military, and he allowed states to deny same-sex marriage. And he's quite literally been the most popular Republican in a long time, the Republican nominee for 3 straight cycles. Ron DeSantis literally ran on racism and homophobia, and he's now the governor of Florida. The only people getting canceled on the right are those who dare say anything about Donald Trump. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.